Every day, millions of people walk the streets of London, rushing to work, headphones on, eyes glued to their phones. They are oblivious to the fact that they are walking over a graveyard, not just of people, but of an entire society. I'm not talking about ancient Roman ruins or plague pits from the 1600s. I am talking about houses, shops, pubs, and playgrounds that were standing just decades ago. Entire neighborhoods simply erased from the map. Imagine a street so vibrant, so loud, and so full of life that it was nicknamed the Piccadilly of the South. A place where neon lights rivaled the West End, and grand cinemas felt like cathedrals. Now, it's a chaotic swirl of traffic, steel, and glass. But beneath the modern surface, the ghosts of the old streets are still screaming. Today, on Britain's forgotten streets, we are doing more than just looking at old photos. We are investigating the deliberate destruction of a community, the secret ghost station hidden beneath the tarmac, and the chilling reason why this part of London can never truly escape its past. The glory and the Blitz. To understand the tragedy, we have to go back to the 1930s. Elephant and Castle was the crossroads of South London. It was the place where the working class came to celebrate. If you lived in Tiverton Street or Newington Causeway, you weren't just living in a slum as later planners called it. You were in the heart of the action. Let's talk about the Trocadero. In 1930, it was the largest cinema in Europe. It didn't just show movies. It had a massive Wurlitzer organ that rose from the floor. People dressed in their finest clothes just to sit in its velvet seats. This was the soul of the community. But then, the world changed. May 10th, 1941. One of the most brutal nights of the Blitz. Elephant and Castle was a prime target. Because it was a major transport hub, the Luftwaffe dropped thousands of incendiary bombs. In just a few hours, the Piccadilly of the South became a landscape of fire. People took cover in the underground stations, the very same stations we will explore later in this video. When they emerged the next morning, their streets were gone. But here's the mystery. The bombs didn't kill the community. The reconstruction did. The architectural crime, the erased streets. After the war, London had a choice: rebuild what was lost, or start over. The city planners chose the latter. They looked at the beautiful Victorian terraces and saw decay. They wanted a brave new world. This is where the story of the forgotten streets truly begins. Names like Walworth Road and the original Newington Butts were redirected. Smaller side streets, the veins of the city, were simply paved over. In their place came the Haygate Estate. Built in the 1970s, it was supposed to be a utopia. It had 1,200 homes connected by streets in the sky, concrete bridges that meant you never had to touch the ground. But the planners made a fatal mistake. By lifting people off the ground, they killed the street life. The subways became dark, dangerous tunnels where the ghosts of the old street level lived. If you walk through these subways today, you'll notice the height of the ceiling is strange. It feels claustrophobic. That's because you are literally walking in the shadows of the original Victorian street level that was buried under millions of tons of concrete. They didn't just build a new town. They built a lid over the old one. The ghost station, tunnels to nowhere. But the most haunting part of Elephant and Castle isn't above ground. It's deep below. Between the Northern and Bakerloo lines, there is a hidden world. In 1924, there were massive plans to expand the station. Tunnels were dug, platforms were shaped, and brickwork was laid. Then, the money ran out. And then, the war started. These tunnels were abandoned mid-construction. Today, they are known as the ghost tunnels. They are frozen in time. Urban explorers who have risked everything to enter these restricted areas describe a chilling sight: posters from the 1940s still peeling off the walls, old equipment left behind as if the workers just dropped their tools and ran. Why were they never finished? The official reason is always budget or engineering difficulties. But local legends among the tube drivers tell a different story. They speak of the reflection. Drivers on the Northern Line have reported seeing people standing on the ghost platforms in old-fashioned clothing, only for them to vanish when the train passes. Could it be that the trauma of the Blitz where hundreds of people were trapped in these very stations during the bombings, has left a permanent psychic imprint on the ground. The modern erasure and conclusion. History is repeating itself. The Haygate estate, the utopia of the 70s, has been demolished. The people who lived there for 40 years were moved out to make way for Elephant Park. Again, the planners are clearing the people. Again, the streets are being renamed. We are watching the third erasure of this community in just 100 years. As we build these glass towers, we are burying the Victorian Piccadilly, the Blitz rubble, the concrete bridges of the 70s, and the secret tunnels below. We are building on layers of forgotten lives. The next time you're in London, don't just look at the skyscrapers. Look at the cracks in the pavement. Look at the strange angles of the roads. You are standing on a story that someone tried to delete. Britain's streets are never truly forgotten as long as we keep looking for them,